be still or to be silent. It's meant to be shared. And so this is a way for people to share their faith with our apparel. If you can see by the pictures, it's very, the vibes are very neutral. And so that's the reason why I wanted to shy away from the Etsy, trendy, nice seasonal shirts you can find everywhere. I wanted for us to stand out, for people to know who Grace and Glory was just by the colors and by the design. And so our vision is to see a growing community of believers boldly living out their faith, rooted in God's grace and reflecting His glory in everyday life. These pictures were taken by a local entrepreneur as well. So I don't know if I need to do anything with that. Okay. So yeah, it has turned into something of, I would like to say, a movement. Through our online store, local markets, and planner workshops, we've been able to connect with people who want encouragement in their walk with God and who want to share their faith in simple, authentic ways. So this left top picture is a planner workshop that I did a couple of. I also created a self-care planner, so that was a way for me to kind of share my testimony with people of why I created the planner and how it helped me in a difficult season. And so I've been able to meet a lot of people that have come to my workshop and help them with their own journey as far as taking care of themselves and growing in their faith. Our dream for the future, as most small business owners, I believe, is a future brick and mortar space where faith, community, and everyday life come together, a place to gather, grow spiritually, encourage one another, and give God all the glory. And so this is something that we're working towards. Some of the, I guess, barriers that I have encountered as an e-commerce is just getting the right marketing, and there's just so much behind it, keywords and Google stuff and all these different technical things that I'm still learning as I go, but hopefully one day we can get to a place where we have our own space to have Bible studies, to have workshops, to have all kinds of things where people feel safe to share their faith. And that's it. Thank you for being here. And these are some ways to stay connected with us, our Instagram and our online store. So if anybody has any questions, I'm sorry for those that don't speak English. I'm not good at Spanish, so but I can answer questions in Spanish if anyone wants to ask a question.
Yeah, we can translate. We're good at it.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions? I know we do.
Well, first and foremost, let's give it up for her. That was a
Oh.
great question.
Thank you. It's super hot.
And then we have our first question this way.
Yes. Hi.
What has been the move that you made that impacted your business the most?
The move that I made that impacted the business the most, I feel like every step that I make is super impactful, mostly because I'm very introverted and I'd rather just not be in front of people and not be around people. And so I feel like God just kind of no, God's heart is people. So I feel like he makes me do things like this. So every step has been impactful. But I think just not saying no, whenever an opportunity comes, just do it. I try to not say no just because I don't know what's behind that opportunity. And so I just go for it and trust God that He's going to get me through it. Yeah. But I guess more practical, just the markets for sure has been, yeah. I know you're doing markets, so keep doing it. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. I was just wondering what your creative process is like for creating your merchandise.
Yeah, so like I said, everything is very similar, neutral vibes. I try to focus on the scripture that our brand is based off of. so that it can be known, you know. And so I like to say that we are given God's grace to give Him glory. So I try to focus my design on that whatever I'm creating, it's going to glorify God and start a conversation with people that, you know, probably don't know God, or even if, you know, they don't believe, if they see a phrase that they would think of God. So yeah, I do, I mean, I don't know how practical, but I do Kittle, and I do every shirt myself, so I don't do like mass manufacturing. I do the design, I order the prints, and I do them each one on my own, which I enjoy doing.
I do
Thank you.
have two questions.
Yes.
And those are my questions, they're not the any questions. First and foremost, I think you mentioned it, but do you create every single like design that you print on the shirts?
I create about 80% of all my designs. I do have 3 designs that I purchased off of a designer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But most of the designs I do create myself.
And I know you said you would like to have a brick and mortar in the future.
Right.
And I know you mentioned, for example, your workshop with the journal.
Right.
And you mentioned a couple other things you've done. Do you see your store to be kind of just like a storefront? Do you see your store to have like multiple things? Like I know a lot of the formats
Yeah.
we have at the moment is like a coffee shop plus something
Yes.
else. Or
I do.
like I said, I know that's a little bit further down.
No, it's exactly like what I envision is just like a store area with community areas and also coffee. Like I would love for people to gather, to do Bible studies, to do events, even. So I know coffee shops are very like small. I would like for it to be a little bit bigger so that you can have enough space to gather and yeah.
Would you be open to the possibility to say maybe you can take care of the store and have maybe another person that takes care of another side of it? Like maybe have like a partner on that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've said that, you know, I would love for either like Good People or Garden or someone else to get like the coffee area. I mean, I'm not an expert at coffee, right? And I don't need to learn something else. So yeah, I would definitely be into getting like a local coffee vendor for sure.
Oh, very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Anyone else have any questions, guys?
No?
Grace, you want-
Do
Yay.
you have any questions? I do have a question, yes. What can we as a community do to help you?
So just spread the word. I think tagging, you know, people sharing posts, things like that always gets the word out. It always helps. I have seen Brownsville transform. Like I feel like we used to be the type of people that would just bring people down and when they would see other people succeed, and I feel like we have become the people to lift others up. Like I know for sure everyone that I've met is so helpful. I have my stuff at Semingo also, which is amazing, a good opportunity. So yeah, just share and support one another. Don't be afraid to support other people's success because we're all successful.
One last thing, please.
Yeah.
If anyone has a place, can they reach out to you to maybe have some of your merchandise on their businesses? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I know. I had my stuff prior to Sabingo. I had it at another boutique. So I have looked around to see where else I can have my stuff, but I'm also very selective, like what type of store to be in. And so, yeah, I would totally be open to it and have my stuff if anyone would like to have us. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I'm just gonna take the clicker. Well, if we don't have any more questions, well, thank you, Denise, for sharing your story. We have another speaker. Her name is Ashley de la Fuente. She's the owner of No Filter Aesthetics and the Aesthetics Domain. So please help me welcome her. Ay, oigan, un aplauso, algo de perdido.
Hi, Hi, good morning. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to 1 Million Cups and the amazing staff. From other entrepreneurs that I know, they told me about you guys, and so I was excited to come on, so thank you for having me. And we're super excited to talk about no filter aesthetics. It's always been a dream of mine to do this, so I'll share my journey with you today. So here I am, this is my name. I'm actually a family nurse practitioner first. So CEO and founder of No Filter Aesthetics, and the aesthetic domain is our new business that we just launched actually this month. So I want to say thank you to the community, my fiance, my family, my mom that's here, my friends. Everybody's been super supportive, and they're the ones that helped me make this happen. So a little bit about me. I'm a family nurse practitioner. So that journey goes back. I became an RN back in 2016, and I actually worked in Valley Regional. So I might have seen some of you, some of your family members, and my journey began back then. I always loved helping people, so that became a catalyst as to what I would later get passionate about doing now. I worked through the pandemic, so I heavily focused on finishing my master's degree to becoming a family nurse practitioner. And my goal with these two businesses was to blending health, beauty, and confidence, and empowering patients, and both patients and professionals. So my journey from nurse to entrepreneur. So like as I stated, back in 2016, I started my nursing career. I worked many departments at the hospital. And then through the pandemic, I graduated with my family nurse practitioner degree in 2021. I worked for another med spa briefly, and then I decided to just go ahead and do my own thing. But I am like a first generation entrepreneur, so I had no idea what I was doing. So basically, I just went with my heart and followed my passion. And of course, my fiance was the one who told me to go ahead and go for it. So I'm glad that I listened to him and we just went for it. So back in 2024, we founded No Filter Aesthetics, and we've been here in Brownsville. We went from a tiny, tiny suite room. I think it's like a 6x6, and then we eventually expanded to a larger room here. So back in 2025, last year, we had a business expansion, so we moved to a larger space. And then this year is when we founded the aesthetic domain, which is a larger area where we're gonna be also encouraging other entrepreneurs in the business, in the beauty business, to go ahead and be their own boss. So my nursing foundation, like I mentioned, I started back in 2016. I was one of the nurses in our COVID response team in the hospital, and through that hard time that I worked there, I developed a deeper passion for wellness and patient transformation. I also had my own wellness journey and weight loss journey, so I feel like that also made me feel like this is what I want to do for other people. Then advancing my education, of course, I completed my master's in nursing. And then I combined my medical training with aesthetics and wellness in order to give the people here in Brownsville, and we actually have patients all over Texas as well, the best kind of, treatment and, the best kind of guidance as a nurse practitioner. And then the birth of No Filter Aesthetics, of course, we founded it in 2024. We started in a small treatment room, renting in a small suite, and basically built No Filter Aesthetics through trust, results, and word of mouth. So a lot of our patients, one of my first patients was my mom. And so I, of course, built trust through patients that would come in. They would bring a friend, they would bring a neighbor, they would bring another family member, and then word of mouth basically got out about our business. We've had some rapid business growth, so we're very thankful for that. Like I mentioned, we expanded from a single room to a larger treatment space where we are at now. We also added a reception and a private client entrance, and then our demand and services continued to scale. So like I mentioned, word of mouth was very important. We also became members of the Brownsville Chamber of Commerce, so I feel like that helped us a lot with expanding our business and our growth. And now to present day, so we launched the aesthetic domain, like I mentioned. It is a larger area that has about 7 rooms, and we're gonna be having other beauty entrepreneurs basically renting in that area and us giving them the support to launch their own business. So basically we're offering these rooms for rent, and it will also be here in Brownsville, Texas. This location is located off of Alton Glore, and it's a collaborative hub designed for growth. And so our mission and our vision is to empower confidence through beauty and wellness. We like to support other professionals building independent businesses, and we are creating a thriving aesthetics community. And this is where you can find us on Instagram with both No Filter Aesthetics and the Aesthetic Domain. And for the future, basically what we want is to expand opportunities, empower other professionals, and redefining what aesthetics is. And thank you for having me.
Yes, there's one over there.
Oh, yes.
If you had an influx of cash, let's put a number to it, maybe 100,000. How would you spend it?
How would I spend it?
Yeah, like towards business.
Well, I think it's always important to reinvest it into the business because you got to think of the larger picture, and expanding is important. So some of the other plans that we would have as a business to expand, I would definitely add it towards that. And focusing on expanding it, making sure that we have renovations done, things like that, if needed. That way we can make sure that money goes towards a positive expense, for sure.
Is there any technology that you think if your business had or employed that would make your business more successful or streamlined?
So in aesthetics, there's always different technology. There's always different machines, and the machines are very costly. But not all of them would give the best results. So for me, I am somebody that likes to try everything before I offer it to make sure that it works. Because aesthetic treatments are very costly, and they're out of pocket. So I know that people are paying a lot of money to come see a difference, and they want to see a difference in their skin and their body. And so for anything, I would want to make sure if I were to purchase a device or anything that is higher end technology, I would make sure that it works. For one, try it on myself, get a demo. But yeah, definitely I'm open to investing in a device or better technology, and we're constantly looking at doing trainings and getting better technology that nobody has here in the Valley. Yeah.
Do you have another question? Yes, there's one.
Yes. So that's another good question. So I talked about weight loss. We also do a lot of wellness injections. So for energy boosting vitamins, we also do Botox, dermal fillers, facials, microneedling, chemical peels, and I feel like I'm missing some. Skin tag removal is another one. I've also seen some patients for like a quick sick visit as well, because I am a family nurse practitioner. So yeah, we do a lot of things. Basically, you can find me in my office or DM us on Instagram. I have my office number linked in there too. And you can just message us if you'd like a consultation. Thank you.
I do have a question, actually.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the aesthetics, and although it's been something that has been around for a while now,
Mhm.
it has gained
Yeah.
say that a new person comes to you, they want to start coming with some preventatives or something, what would be, I mean, obviously you need to see the person is personalized, but what would you say is a general course of action you would like recommend someone who's starting with your business?
Right. So, as somebody who's also in their 30s, I'm 31, I'm gonna be 32. I think preventative medicine is very important. When somebody comes to me, I look at them as a whole and I'm like, okay, look at yourself in the mirror. What do you see that bothers you every morning when you look in the mirror? I like for it to be patient guided and not me telling them, I think you need this. I feel like it's better for somebody else to look within themselves and them to tell me what they see and what they would like addressed. So I like to start my consultations that way. And then I would offer in my opinion, guided on what the patient wants. Of course, like with caution, right? Of course, we wouldn't want them to ask for all of these things when it's not necessary. But basically, I talk about skincare a lot. Skincare is very important. Sunscreen is actually the #1 preventative treatment that we could do. So basically, I would address what are you doing at home, skincare-wise, sunscreen, are we addressing those things? And then we would start with the most minimally invasive treatment before we talk about something else. Yeah.
And then I know you mentioned, and first of all, I do want to say that it's great that you're doing that. Although you're growing your business, you're also opening the doors for someone else within the beauty industry to say, hey, I have a space, you can use it.
Yeah.
But with that, obviously, comes the responsibility because you being the name of the domain.
Right.
Are you like? How are you, or if you already have someone, or if you're thinking of adding someone else, how are you bettering like these people? How are you? What kind of questions are you asking? What kind of things are you looking that you're like, I want this person on my business too?
Right. So I think it's very important to have conversations as people and then to kind of gauge where they're at and what their reason or what their purpose is. Because we all have a purpose and we all have a reason, right? So I feel like that's very important to figure that out and to figure out what their passion is and if it aligns with mine. And if it does, great. If I feel like it's not a good fit, of course, then maybe it's not a good fit, right? So I like to evaluate that. But basically, like, for them to know what is your reason. And for something I figured out as somebody that's never been an entrepreneur before, it's following that passion. And once you follow that passion, the results will follow. You know, your business will follow, and it'll show that you enjoy it, you like it. People will see that love for it. So I would want somebody like that on my team. Yeah.
I do have a question.
Yeah, please go for it.
What can we as a community do to help you grow or maybe to spread the word?
Yeah. So what the previous presenter said, I thought that it was awesome that she said about spreading the word, tagging, because that's actually how our business grew. You know, word of mouth was the first thing before I even got business cards, before we even like became a little bit more popular on social media. I feel like that's really important, the tagging, you know, referrals, because all of that's free, it doesn't cost money, right? To be nice, to refer people to you, and I feel like that the support from you guys is awesome. So thank you for having me.
And where can we find you?
So yes, on Instagram. These are our 2 Instagrams. Facebook as well, but I feel like we're just more present on Instagram. And then on our pages, you could find our office phone number if anybody's interested in booking in a consultation.
We don't have any more questions? No?
And then bien serious, eh?
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
What advice would you give, like as a business owner just looking for a place for a brick and mortar, like what, as far as like renting and looking for a place, finding a place, like what advice would you give?
Well, so I was in your position back in 2024, like looking for a place. And one of the things that I was looking forward to was making sure that that place was in a good area of town that's convenient or accessible to people, like maybe something right off the expressway or a popular area of town. The parking lot's really important because where I'm at too, I love the current space that I'm at, but we have a smaller parking lot. So I feel like that's some of the feedback that I get from my patients. But at the end of the day, as long as you find a comfortable space that meets all of your needs, the people that will go to you because it's you, right? So I feel like that at the end of the day, wherever you find your place to call your business home, like it'll be a good fit for you anyway. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, ay, 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 ay. Hello. Bueno, thank you so much, Denise and Ashley, for being here. Muchísimas gracias por tomarse el tiempo. Thank you. I know it's spring break. Todos queremos estar en la isla o algo así, por algún lado. Thank you so much for coming, for taking the time to share your story with us. Again, thank you so much to our coffee partner. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Salud, 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 salud. Thank you so much to Digital Print and Advertising. Can you help me give a big round of applause to them? Platiquen con ellos, pregúntenles todo, ellos los pueden ayudar muchísimo. Y muchísimas gracias por haberse tomado el tiempo de venir a 1 Million Cups in Spring Break. I'm going to pass it over to Daniel because I know he has some great announcements. We have RGB Startup Week coming up, and I know you don't want to miss that.
Okay, I do want to mention something, guys. Did you kind of see each other? You guys were all spreading like on different places. You guys were all over the place. And then the room kind of felt empty when that happened. Then I asked you guys, hey, come a little closer, sit a little bit here. And then all of a sudden, the little emptiness that you felt in the room, it just kind of didn't feel like an emptiness anymore. Why is that? Can someone tell me what happened? What effect happened right there? Come on, you guys felt it? It was a little bit different, Sandra. Cuando les dije que se vinieran un poquito para acá, ¿qué se sintió en el cuarto? Closer, okay. ¿Qué más pasó? Unity, thank you. What happened here is sometimes you might think that you are alone. You might feel like I'm too far off of things. Like I might feel like there's absolutely no one around me. But then you get closer to community, and that's when you feel the support. And that's why it's important. And although I promise you I'm not selling you a code, 1 Million Cups is not that, es la importancia de la comunidad, la importancia de buscar espacios o de tiempos donde tal vez sientas que no importa o por qué venir a espacios como este, pero cuando llegas y encuentras una persona y encuentras tu comunidad, tu soporte, eso es lo que importa. I just want to leave you guys. I just thought it was very interesting, that little effect of just moving a little bit and getting a little bit closer makes a whole of a difference. Like Grace mentioned, we do have RGB Startup coming week. RGB Startup Week coming up on the last week of April. For those who don't know, this is probably the biggest entrepreneurship festival, and if not the only entrepreneurship festival happening in the RGB. The first year we had 800 people, which is kind of what RGB San Antonio had. I'm sorry, Startup Week San Antonio had. We doubled it to 1,800 people the next year, and we kept growing. I'll give you guys in a little sneak peek our keynote speaker for this year. It was gonna be unveiled later on. I did see the post on Instagram, and a lot of people say Pancho Pantera. It's not Pancho Pantera. I was like, I don't think you can miss it from the shadow, but just a little sneak peek, just because we're a little family here. We have Dr. Simi coming in to be our keynote speaker for our RGB survey. I know, it sounds exciting. Thank you, Astrid. Don't tell anyone. He doesn't leave this room. I'm not supposed to tell people, but yes, our family. Another thing, guys, if you are not part of our community channel, please scan the QR code. This is a WhatsApp group just to keep you guys updated. Like Denise mentioned, she was actually part of one of our entrepreneurship business courses that we do here, and actually very kindly, it's been kindly sponsored by BCIC. So if you see someone from BCIC, if you have taken those, it is absolutely at no cost for the community, thanks to them. And at the end of this course, you actually get a certificate by UTRGB and the business certification by Kaufman Fast Track. So without further ado, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you guys being here. If you have any questions, my team, our UTRGV, can you please raise your hand right here? VCIC, I know I said this in the back, and there's some people over here and outside too. We're open to talk to you. If you have any questions on how eBridge, the university, or VCIC can help your business, either to start it, scale it, or just get out there, please let us know. We're happy to help. And without further, thank you guys for coming. Have a great one.